Hello boys, hello girl.
Morning, people. Good morning, boy. Wake up, girl. Hello.
Today I'm here to talk about my experience on college. For those who don't know, I am graduated in Portuguese and I am studying English now. So how was it? More curiosities about me and this process you're going to find out on this video. Stay tuned. Yeah, I studied and I keep studying at Pali. It's the Faculty of Language in UFAL. It's my university in Alagoas, Brazil. And what I remember, my first day, I went to Pali and I watched the seniors talking about a lot of things I couldn't understand back then, and some of the things I really can't understand now still. But I always like to teach, yeah. And when I started college, I thought about teaching too, but that was not my first goal. I was playing that. My first goal was to become a writer, and yeah, the classic thing that, oh, I'm going to become a writer, so I need to study my language, I need to study Portuguese. That's what I prefer to write on Portuguese. And oh, it was really disappointed because we don't have much or probably any space to learn about these things. Nowadays it's getting easier to do this kind of thing, but when I started I realized that it was going to be hard to improve my writing just with college. And I realized that it was not about writing. Studying language is about teaching. It is about to understand the language itself. So yeah, it was frustrating a little bit, but then I started to realize a lot of things that I didn't know. So yeah, it was really confusing at the beginning, but it all get better after some time. To be really honest, I just can't remember two parts of my graduated life, as the beginning and after 2017, because at the beginning I started, it was like, oh, everything's new and this kind of thing, and then I start to have some problems in my personal life. I started to have financial problems. My family was going through financial problems, and I started to feel really anxious. And sometimes I couldn't get up from my bed and go to college, and I start to fail a lot of courses, and it was a mess. And I was feeling anxious, and it was really, really frustrating for me because I always like to study, but that period was terrible. And after 2017, in the end of 2016, I realized that I didn't want that to keep going in my life, so I needed to change. And what did I do to change? Well, it all started to change when I started to learn by myself Japanese. And I wanted to I started learning Japanese. It was really funny because I thought, well, people say this is hard to learn, so I'm going to try to learn it. That's why I began to learn Japanese. Yeah, I'm really strange and competitive. So I started to learn Japanese, and I started to find some things about Japan and this kind of thing. And when I discovered the Max Scholarship, and I realized I wanted to to apply to the Max Scholarship. And I realized also that I needed to improve my studying, to improve my scores. And as I said before, my life was not that good back then, and I thought with myself, what do I need to do? So that's when I took a NAN again. A NAN, it's a test for to apply to universities, public universities, and I did it again, and I came back with a clean, academic. I forgot the name. I'm going to put it here. So I cleaned it, and my score improved, and my GPA improved too. So that's what I did to, start again. It was a way I found to start again at this academic life and this kind of thing. I was really blessed by goddess and goddesses, because when I came back, I get the Portuguese for Foreigners scholarship. It was a scholarship I really wanted, and I get it. It was amazing for me, and I was really blessed because at this time I had an elective course by Rita Zozoli, and she was an amazing teacher for me. She helped me a lot. She opened my eyes for a lot of things about teaching and education, and I'm so grateful for her and for this chance to be a scholarship student. And that's when everything started to make sense in my life. But the beginning of the graduation was not a completely waste at all. I had great moments studying English on CCC. It was the best English classes I could have ever taken, in my life, because it was really communicative, and I had a lot of friends that I don't talk with them very much now, but I still love them all. And I'm also grateful for the course I had before this moment of my life with Professor Aldi and Jai, because the courses was when I took the courses, it was when I realized that I had something in this in this graduation that I like phonology and syntax. For me, are the best courses ever, and it's just amazing. Achieving a double graduation is something I never considered before, but now it's making a lot of sense for me and for the moment of life I'm living and for what I want from now on. Sometimes it feels like a dream to achieve a double graduation in 6 years, because, as you know, I've lost a lot of time back then, and achieving a double graduation in 6 years it's for me it's symbolic, because I feel like I'm recovering the time I lost when I was going through these problems and difficulties. And I'm really into that, because I feel that I want to learn more about teaching, and I want to learn more about teaching English, and also improve my English. So English is a good language. It provides communication with people around the world, and provides us understanding of things around the world, like watching dorama and read manga with English subtitles. Sometimes to learn about an application, a program on computer, you find the information easier in English. And but also, like, everything in the world is filled with ideology, and that's why sometimes some things keep happening. Like, people are focused more in English than in Spanish, or even sign language, or like when people wants to learn just two of the, accents, like Britain English or American English, and that's not the only thing that they are not the only countries which speak in English, which people speak in English. So yeah, that's a problem. We can't ignore that other countries have an English as official language. And as teachers, for me, we need to understand that it is important for our students in this moment we live in to learn English. I don't know, in the future, maybe Chinese, maybe, I don't know. But now we know that it's important to learn English, and it's important to provide the best English we can provide for our students, the best grammar, the best accent, because we know that if they have another variation, maybe people will not like the, or maybe they lost some opportunities. But as teachers, we also need to understand that we have to take care when we are reproducing, to not have to take care to not keep reproducing the colonialist view of the world. So yeah, we need to teach, but we also need to teach that everything has a point of view. Wow, that's a good question. I'm a person that I really don't enjoy to share my plans the plans for my future with another people, because I really believe in that people may, even unconsciously, they can send you some negative energy, But since you all ask, I'm going to keep studying to improve my skills as a teacher, because I know that I want to work as a teacher at least for a while in my life. And I also want to improve my English abilities, sure. Especially with the writing. For me, the writing is really hard, because I don't want to write like a high school student. I want to write like a graduate student, like a master's degree student maybe, but I need to study more. And for me, the next step that I can see myself, doing, is to start harder to apply for next year. I, post for I do that in your screen now a lot with this scholarship. But now I feel that this moment is the moment, and I'm going to study because I wanted to apply next year. And I'm going to try to be approved on my first try. I know it's hard. I know some people it's approved in the second, in the third. Some people are never approved. But I'm going to, do my homework. And maybe I'm going to be in Japan in 2021. Yeah. That's all, folks. Please subscribe here or here. I don't know how it's going to be this video on YouTube. Leave a comment, say what you think about if you have some doubts, you can ask here. And follow me on my social media. It's going to appear somewhere on your screen. So that's all for today. Thank you very much, and see you next video.